Welcome back to the farmstead. This morning I am busy making some freezer meals. And these are not like the regular freezer meals that I usually make where I put them in little full pans and then I just have to heat them up. These are going to be meals that I can put in the crock pot early in the morning and it be done when I get home late in the evening. That is a goal. If your family's anything like our family this time of the year, everybody's busy. Now, Papa and I don't have kids at home, but the grandkids are always into something. He's working late. There's always something going on. We're going to make 3 different meals today. I'm not doing this in a big batch. I'm going to do 1 batch of each because I don't have a whole lot of room in my freezer right now. We picked up a half a pig that had been butchered and it is taking up a whole lot of space in the freezer right now. So I'm only going to do 1, but you can absolutely multiply these out, make multiple batches of it to keep in the freezer to use whenever you need it. First one we're going to start with is the broccoli beef. Now I don't want to freeze the broccoli with the beef and then cook the broccoli all day long because that would be beef and mush and we don't want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to season up the beef, put it in the freezer, cook it in the crock pot, and then when I get home, all I have to do is add some broccoli, maybe some cornstarch to thicken it up, and we're good to go. So I've got my flank steak that I've cut. I cut it into strips, and then I cut it down into smaller pieces, so it wouldn't be a big long strip. All right, so I'm going to mix my sauces right in the bag. Now I've got zipper bags. I have marked on them what they are and the date. I always put the date that I make things on mine. So we're just going to mix our sauce right in the bag, add our beef, and then it'll be ready to marinate and be in the freezer. So to start with, I'm going to use some liquid aminos instead of soy sauce. Liquid aminos are gluten-free, and that's what I want. So I'm going to use 3/4 of a cup of our liquid aminos. And let's see, I've got half cup measure in here. So we'll fill this up. And then half of that. Okay. I'm going to put 3/4 of a cup of water. And this is just some water that I brought over so I wouldn't have to run back and forth to the sink. Alright, so half of that. Nice. And I'll leave the recipe down below. This is my recipe and I'll put it down below. Rice vinegar, I'm going to use 3/4 of a teaspoon. I might just want to put the whole teaspoon. I'm going to use 3/4 of a teaspoon of sesame oil. Now sesame oil is pretty potent, so we can try that just a little. You don't want to be overrun by it. Alright, so we've got those. We've got 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar, packed brown sugar, and a teaspoon of ginger. Teaspoon of ginger. And this gives it a wonderful kind of flavor. I just love it. That's a tablespoon. Not that. I love it, but not that much. There's our teaspoon of ginger. I love ginger. It's such a very earthy smell to me. And I love that. All right, so there we go. We've got our aminos, water, rice vinegar, sesame oil, brown sugar, ginger, and some garlic. We'll put some garlic. I'll put 2 tablespoons of garlic. Heaping. Alright. Mix that up a little bit. air out. Make sure it's sealed up. Move it all around. Now I'm going to lay these on baking sheets until they're good and frozen when I put them in the freezer. All right, so let's stand that over here to the side, clean up a little bit, and get on to the next one. Next up, Huli chicken. Hawaiian chicken. But Huli is fun to say. All right, again, I'm going to mix it up in the bag, and then we're going to add our chicken to it. Now, I'm going to be using boneless, skinless chicken thighs. They're very meaty. I like the taste in this kind of dish better than I do with chicken breast. Papa prefers thighs over breast, so that's why we use these. But it's good stuff. Now, this you could also do with chicken thighs or with chicken breast, cut up into cubes. Put them in the freezer, marinate them, put them on skewers, and use them as kebabs. And they are fantastic when you do them that way. But this time, we're doing the crock pot version. So, to start with, we've got about 1.5 pounds of chicken thighs. All right, then we're going to use 1 cup of pineapple juice. We've got 1/2 cup of our liquid aminos. Let's find our 1/2 cup here. Like I say, I substitute soy sauce with liquid aminos because it's gluten-free. Taste is very comparable. Okay, 1/2 cup of ketchup. I'm gonna get 1/2 cup out of here. Let's do this way. Alright. We've got 1/3 of a cup of sugar, and I'm going to use plain white granulated sugar in this recipe. You could use the brown sugar if you wanted that. Works just as well. All right, 2 teaspoons of ginger. And you could cut up a little fresh ginger and use it if you wanted to. I don't usually keep ginger because I don't use it that often. Make sure I'm looking right. 2 teaspoons. I got it. Okay. I don't keep fresh ginger because I don't use it that often, but I do use a good ground ginger, and it works great. All right, I've got a ginger. Need a tablespoon of garlic. You could use garlic powder if you wanted. My favorite pepper sauce, sriracha. Tablespoon of that. Great flavor. It doesn't give me heartburn. That's a bonus. 2 teaspoons of our sesame oil. Some in my eye besides my contact. Be right back. Okay, all better. Where were we? We were at sesame oil. 2 teaspoons. That's the little one. Okay. 2 teaspoons of ground mustard. That's this. I'm going to get a clean spoon. Clean spoon acquired. And get it apart. There we go. All right. 2 teaspoons brown mustard. This is also good with a 2 teaspoons of a Dijon mustard. That's good too. All All right, there's that. Flip our page. 2 teaspoons of rice vinegar. Tablespoons. Tablespoons, the big one. Lots of ingredients, believe me. Oh, it's so good. All right, a little black pepper. A little bit of salt, not much. That'll do. That's it. All right. Mix it up a little bit. Dogs. Drop my chicken breast in. Smells very tropical. Just like Hawaii. I've never been to Hawaii. But it smells like Hawaii should smell if I ever go. Mix it up. Again, lay this flat on a cookie sheet when we get it to put it in the freezer. And there we go. Alright. Put these things up and move on to the third. Okay, so we've got some flavors from the Orient with our broccoli beef. We have tropical Hawaiian with our Huli chicken. Now we're going to do Mexican. Cilantro lime chicken. And again, boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Alright, so for this one, we are going to start with 2 tablespoons of olive oil. This is an extra virgin olive oil. Lid back on it or I'll spill it all over the place. Okay, then we're going to use some garlic. Let's get ourselves a couple tablespoons of chopped garlic. Teaspoons. Did I say tablespoons? Teaspoons is what I meant to say if I didn't. 2 teaspoons. Now we need a ½ teaspoon of cumin. And there's that good Mexican spice for us. Oh, I just love the smell of cumin. Yep, ½ teaspoon. Okay. A little bit of salt. ½ teaspoon. Give or take. Pepper. Pepper. Limes. Oh, cilantro. We got to add our cilantro. Now you can add fresh cilantro to this if you're going to cook it right away. I like to use the dried cilantro when I'm freezing and making it for long term in the freezer. These just work really well. So I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of our dried cilantro. All right, then we need to add some lime juice, and we're going to squeeze our own lime juice. I need a cutting board. Be right back. All right, let's cut some limes. The recipe calls for 2. I'm going to use 3 because these are kind of small limes. I'm going to squeeze it right in. Is it too early for a margarita? any of these certainly could be cooked out on the grill if I wanted to. You can marinate them just like this, put them in the freezer, thaw them out, and get ready to cook them. Do it on the grill. Okay. A little mix. In they go. Squeeze some of the air out. Seal them up. Make sure it's sealed. Squeeze it around. It's got a little less juice than the other ones. Alright, there we go. Yay! And there we are. Just that quick. 3 easy meals that I can pop in the crock pot anytime and have supper ready quickly once we get home in the evenings. Now with any of these, I would probably make some brown rice. And to do that, I just put a jar of my homemade broth into my Instant Pot with 1 cup of brown rice and cook it for 9 minutes. And the Instant Pot has a rice setting, but I found that 9 minutes is the density and the texture that we prefer. So we can have brown rice with any of these. So I'm going to lay them down flat. Let them freeze. And once these are frozen, I will squeeze some more of the air out of them and they will lay really flat in the freezer for as long as I need them to. I hope you give it a try sometime. What are some of the recipes that you like to make to keep in the freezer for your crock pot? Let me know. I'm always open for new ideas. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.